There are a few things that I like to think about when I'm out shooting my bike. So today I figured that we're gonna take a look at everything from gear to the techniques I use, the angles I look at. We're gonna start here in this meadow, and I think it's gonna look absolutely beautiful once the sun comes out again. So I'm gonna see if I can get this bike out. Wish me luck. Life is going green. So the first thing we're gonna look at is the different scenes that I like to shoot in. Since I have a scrambler, I prefer to be out in nature like this, and I always look for depth in my scenes. So either a winding road behind me, or like this, we can see the different levels of fields, and it just adds depth and looks a lot better. The next thing that we're going to talk about is lighting, and as you can see in most of my photos and videos, I prefer to have a very even lighting, and we can get that from either having a cloudy day, letting the sun go down and stay behind us, or like this, stay in the shade. And while we're here, we can talk about another thing, which is compression. If you don't know what compression is, it's basically when you put the foreground, the middle ground, and the background, and you squeeze it together. And the only way you can achieve compression is if you have a longer lens. This is a 70-200 that I just love, but it's also pretty expensive. So you don't have to buy this one, but you might want to look at something from 70 and up. I am. So when it comes to the shooting angle, you're gonna have to experiment a bit from bike to bike, but I prefer to get a little bit lower, and a good tip is to actually go 45 degrees at a time, like this, and like this, and then just move 45 degrees around it to see where the best angle is. Since I have a straight wall like this, I'm also gonna try to get one shot that is just in profile, and we're gonna see how that looks. Now it's getting darker, so I have to wrap this up, but the last thing I want to talk about is the gear itself. So when I don't have Erica with me or someone else to shoot, I actually use one of these. This is a shutter remote, I'll link that below as well. And basically what it does is it sends a signal from this one to this one that is connected to the camera, so it takes the picture. That way I can just keep this in my pocket like this, set the camera wherever I want to, and then just go do my super cool pose, and I just click on my pocket and I wait. And if you don't want to use a shutter remote, you can actually go ahead and set your camera to interval shooting. That way you can just lock the focus on whatever you want, and then just having it take multiple pictures, and you can pose freely and you don't have to press any buttons. The only reason I use the shutter remote is because I want that autofocus. I want to be able to move around in my pictures without having to run back to the camera, reset my focus, and try again. And when it comes to the tripod, I recommend something small like this one. This is a Gorilla Pod with a ball head on. You can also get a simple travel tripod. It's whatever you want to, just make sure it fits in your bag. And as a final note, you may want to edit your photos, and if you want to edit photos the way I do, I have a separate tutorial on that, which you can find up here or in the links below. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you have any further questions, as always, I'd be happy to answer them. If not, enjoy your new skills, and I hope to see you out there on the roads. For those of you who don't understand Swedish, he just said, "Now that's horsepower."